I have a couple, a bunch of, I used to call them Twitter-length poems, just some little thoughts and just put them down. They're not meant to be applauded to. I'm just going to read a whole long series of them. And you can laugh because these are experiences of things from the Dominican Republic and from India and from Russia, and so there's different locations with different thoughts. Was only allowed to visit certain public places when I was in Russia. But the one thing I did notice was the surprising number of well-armed guards at every street corner. Our Lady of Mercy, India missionary, topped their building with broken glass bottles to scoop the kneecaps or cut a man's hands to lace. In a bathroom in India, he saw shoe prints on the toilet seats, because to avoid contamination, because it might have been what they're used to, men would squat on toilet seats to go to the bathroom. Don't use your left hand in India. That hand's used for wiping after defecating. And for that reason, people in India believe the left hand's unclean. So, while in India, he washed his hands after using the public bathroom. He saw others do the same, but he saw one man put soap on his right hand, rub it with the back of his left hand, and then rinse his right hand. His left palm never touched his right hand, or soap, or water. So, I guess I see they have more reasons to believe that their left hand's unclean. A bakery owner delivered loaves of bread on a motorcycle. He had a 6-foot wide basket in back of his motorcycle. The basket's as wide as a Toyota Celica, with bags, 6 loaves each, hanging on the sides, because he'll use any way to get his product to town. The first time I ever consumed goat was here, and here the law is that you have to keep the head and the fur of the head while selling this freshly butchered meat, so that the customer knows it's not dog. They call it Moros y Christianos in Ecuador. It's just Moros in the Dominican Republic. Moros y Christianos means Moors, the Muslims in Spain, and Christians. Now, because they think of Christians as white, Moros y Christianos means black beans and rice. Waiting in line to buy coffee at the gas station, a Middle Eastern man in front of me was demanding his receipt as the cashier was holding up an empty paper spool, and then added a new paper spool to the register, so all we could do is hear this man calling the cashier stupid and incompetent. After he left and got into his minivan, I saw his wife in a burqa waiting. Then I heard the 20-something cashier mumble under his breath. I fought so that you'd have the freedom to come here. I've killed so many, and now I have to put up with this. Senator Obama, while working, would ride the subway all day and do all of his work off of his BlackBerry so that you couldn't corner him in his office. A man competing for American Ninja Warrior
Room in your office, ready.
said at one point he was so poor that he lived out of his car. Wow. He had a car? I guess it all depends on what you call poor. I'll have to check my airfares to be sure, but I think that flying to China for 2 weeks to drink a ton there would be cheaper than drinking in Chicago for 2 weeks. I heard that in poor places in South Africa, they build houses out of extra pieces of scrap metal. But here in the Dominican Republic, I saw them building houses out of pallets. I thought for a second about artist paint pallets, and of course I came back to those large wood pallets for hauling mass product from point A to point B. And all I could think was, Houses made out of pallets. I'm visiting the third poorest country, I think. But everyone is just so happy around here. And this blew my mind. So I had to ask a local why everyone seems so happy. And they told me that here, everyone has a choice. You can choose to be sad, or you can choose to be happy. And you know, I think we're happy. I think they're all just happy because they're actually carrying like 900 pounds of I don't give a... Because here, you might not be able to choose to wealth your way out of a rut, but you can always choose to be happy.